Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Interiors channel. Today we're in beautiful Lincolnshire, here to meet a master craftsman. Amazing, an absolute legend. The whole point of this show is just to showcase furniture, okay? It's to showcase furniture not like MFI or furniture like IKEA or anything like that over the next few weeks. So we hope you enjoy our show, all right? If you have any questions or any queries, as I say, just put it through on the live chat and we'll hopefully... Very much for giving... Describe it.
Maker, with private customers through to kind of contract.
Who started the company?
He furniture.
London, is it Berry Furniture?
At this point into the company.
Married into money, good boy.
Exactly. The history with it is that I was doing woodwork.
Right. Yeah. Head and you
practice on and make. This is the split. See how best to make it furniture as we can to bring forward my views and my visions alongside.
So you have your decision. She has her decision.
It's absolutely the way it goes. Rise that we can in the design.
I'm sorry, not your showroom. This is your workshop.
Yeah, 230 years old. Some of the pieces of wood that are in here would have come off the ships that have come down the Trent. The machines we've got are older than I am. Fix if I have a hammer and a spanner, I can kind of go. Brand new machine, but it's accurate, and it means I can kind of keep up on top of it by just tweaking it and trimming it with a spanner and make what I need to. And at the end of the day, they produce the work that I need to, and then we take our skills and we can kind of hone and tweak and twist to make sure that the furniture is everything it should be, you know. And the machines, I trust them. I'm not.
How can we put it?
Them on eBay, they'd be a vintage woodwork. Say I'm really working here, and we go around that. What might be a problem?
Beautiful. So what's this device here then?
So you say table saw. It comes into a change blade to obviously depending on what kind of furniture you're making. If you make it thick, you've got your rip saws up on the wall there, and we can change. There's nothing in there that can go on a spanner and machines. They might go out of sync now and again, but I can bring them back into line. Sure, yeah.
Right, let's crack on. Let's go across to the showroom.
No worries.
Drag that with you.
So yeah, the workshop is a place where it kind of all happens. It's a beautiful building, as you can see. We're really working with so many private customers and private clients. We tend just to bring them here, and it's a nice enough place that we can kind of show them what we've got. So what was once upon a time the garage is now a showroom / finishing room. This is where we kind of do all the oiling and finish all our pieces off. But you know, there's cobwebs and dust everywhere. But it's just how we work. You know, we're not a fully fitted room. We're pretty honest, and this is kind of behind the scenes, if you like.
Okay, because I think this is one of the points that we really wanted to try and get across in this film. Because there's some massive companies out there, you know, with massive reputations that have massive storerooms and showrooms and all the rest of it. We're trying to champion the small guy.
Sure.
But you know, this for me is beautiful. You know. I like the idea of having furniture that I can pass down to my children and my grandchildren, okay? And this is the kind of stuff that you're producing here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful stuff that has got a history, has got a heart and a soul, as it were, you know? And furniture that will tell a story in time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, just like I said to you before, yeah, those Churchill chairs, you know, they probably didn't see them as being,
yeah. A fair few, yeah.
You know, and I'm trying to, in a way, with this film or with this series, trying to get people to understand that life isn't all about IKEA or MFI or that type of thing. You know, you could replace your furniture every 2 years, every 3 years with that kind of stuff. 25, 30, it will outlive most of us decent furniture, and that's the way you've got to be looking at furniture.
I think so. It's a sustainability thing, you know. We're living got more than a 2, 3, 4, 5 year lifespan. You know, things like these cabinets here, these should be passed on to a next generation. These are going to last for, I hope, hundreds of years. You never know what's going to happen. It's all kind of made for sustainability and to last. We don't try and build things by halves. You know, there's a mixture of materials there. Yes, there's bits of veneered MDF board, and there's the way it's put together, the care and the time and the attention that we put into making these things. They hopefully will outlast me for sure.
Okay, what I want you to do is show me this here, okay, and what this does.
Sure, yeah.
that?
So this is called the common table. The design goes back maybe sort of 27 years. Go to an exhibition, this is always the start piece.
Yeah.
And it starts off as your small coffee table, which is easy enough to walk by. And we have to have a sign on the thing to kind of let people know it does more than just a normal little coffee table. So there's a nice extended little coffee table, which is kind of cool. The nice kind of unique part about it is to transform from your little coffee table
off the scale. Look at that.
So that's a nice little type two-seater dining table or a games table, and then that does that same trick again. It's that kind of going from that way around to that way around. That's the clever part.
Legend, bordering on genius. So this is not your bit of legend. This is Lee's legendary work.
Yeah, this is his legacy. This is gonna live on for a long time.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So we make these kind of as small batches.
Do these come in different sizes at all?
Not different sizes, but different wood types. So you've got ash here, and we can do oak. So there's slight different variations on the design. The one on the left is called the classic with the big triangular legs. The one on the right is called the eco, which is a little bit lighter. It doesn't have a banded top. It's a little bit more contemporary. But yeah, it's just the one side. Old man in a deck chair on a beach. So this is the way it is, and it works perfectly for what we need. So.
No, that's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What we got next? What you got next for me?
So this is one of the things that we'll make again and again. We've got a couple of ranges here. So this was the start of a little range that we've designed. Started off with the coat stand, which you can move the pegs up and down depending on who's hanging your coat and where.
Quality.
It's just a little niche, a little nice trick really. It's nothing special about it, apart from it's quite a nice design.
That's a beautiful design.
I like how the negative space.
Quite shardish.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So you've got this one, and that led onto the lamp stand, which led onto the little stool / side table, and hopefully all these things together sing well together. When we normally sell a coat stand, we'll sell normally something to go with it, or we'll sell 3 or 4 of the little stools, which will go nicely into a small house. And when you're thinking about how versatile furniture has to be, that converting table we've just seen next to a stool like this is absolutely.
People can see that all the furniture in a way come from the same place. We can tell, but it's made by the same hand in a way.
Hopefully, yeah. We try and keep everything, even these things which we'll make again and again. We try and keep our quality up. There is 2 sides to the business, where you've got this piece and this piece, which we'll make again and again. The great big cabinets, they're a one-off piece. That little kind of library steps, it's an old design. Be flush and had a library in your house, this is what you might use to get to the top of the library.
Well, to be honest with you, I think that'll fit perfectly in my library.
Yeah, in your library, yeah. You can borrow it from me. Other pieces you've got, so whenever we make a set of chairs, we try and make a spare one just to keep for a sample piece.
Hey, that's beautiful.
This is actually an exception to that of its life. It might get tweaked and changed here and there, but we're pretty happy with it.
Do you want to bring that down for me so we can get a good old look at that, because that is gorgeous.
So this is made out of beech, which is a good testing wood. It's not overly expensive, so I can afford to kind of play with it and mess around. The style, we've got a bent, laminated and bent up back here, and we wanted to try and keep the angles all nice and clean, hence the seat being flat rather than a kind of scooped out seat. We've kept it all pretty lean and pretty minimal.
It's beautiful.
Thanks very much. Again, it's still in a working mode. We didn't take the edge off this back piece until after it was made, because once you sat in it and you feel like there's a little balance between form and function, and hopefully we try and get in there.
Such an important thing, form and function.
Yeah.
Things may look beautiful, but could you sit on it? Not for 2 seconds.
No.
It looks lovely on its own.
I try so hard to find that balance. As a designer, you want just beautiful form, and you don't want function to get in the way. But when you're thinking a little bit deeper about things, there's no point making something that's uncomfortable. It's going to have to be. Someone's going to want to sit in it.
Yeah.
Someone's going to want to sit in it. So that's that one. We've got this one here, which is one of Lee's old designs, and that piece we've made 3 or 4 times now. We made a set of 8 of them to go down to a chap down in West London, and they were in ash. This one's in oak, which was quite a nice nod operation.
Beautiful.
Solid, unbelievable.
Is it a nice wood to work?
To the sanding process, all the scratches showing up, and we sanded it on what we thought was a good finish. put the oil on it and all the scratches start showing up again. So then you've got back down again with your wet and dry sandpaper, trying to get everything back out again. So yeah, that's another style design. Lee's older stuff kind of has a little more kind of...
Next, let's have a look and talk about the lines and the...
Sure.
I mean, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? Look at it.
It's quite a nice piece. We're really pleased with how it's come out. It's taken 3 or 4 goes to get it exactly right, with the spacing between all these legs now. We started off making them without using a jig, and it seems to keep them pretty nice now. And how much you get?
I don't know. I get the feeling like it's got a feeling of a suspension bridge
as well.
Yeah, definitely.
We called it a pelosa table. Pelosa is the Latin word for anteater, I think.
Sorry, say that again. Pelosa.
Pelosa is the Latin word for anteater.
Correct.
Someone, of course. Yeah, that's what they're here for. But it has that kind of feel about it. You know, there's animalistic, that long kind of snout at the end of it. And there's
how long did that take to make, roughly?
I mean, it's got to be in the workshop, just picking up, putting it down. That's full time 2 weeks. So it may have been in there for 4 weeks, because we're going to go back to it and just leave it to sit and play with it for a bit. These things take a little bit of time. Nothing's ever that quick in our workshop. If we had, you know, a big CNC machine, we may move a bit quicker, but they've been passed on. And it doesn't take... It's not a quick process.
No.
We're okay with that. We like to take our time.
Well, this is something that I want people to try and understand, that, you know, people may look at a table and think to themselves, well, you know, why are they charging 10 grand for that table? But then people fail to realise sometimes it's taken 3 or 10 grand.
That's,
you know?
why, yeah.
A lot of time and effort, but people don't see that. People don't necessarily understand. They just see a price and walk away from it, you know. But, you know, the work that's gone into putting this table together.
It's just there. There's no reason apart from a kind of designer's indulgence to put that sort of thing in there. But I like it that it is there. It gives it a little bit. It's no reason other than just, like I say, designer's indulgence. We just wanted to put it there because it would look nice. Gives it a little more. That's the hard thing to get across, is how long these things take to make. That, if it may have only been in the workshop for 2 to 4 weeks, it's in here for a month
year and a half.
that. Yeah. And you're kind of sketching and you're making maquettes and you're ready for it to go. This, again, like I say, this is a prototype. This is work in progress. This is all the sort of behind the scenes stuff that takes the time. And it might not be profitable at this point, but hopefully somebody likes it and we kind of go, yeah, okay, let's have a set of 6.
Yeah. Taken to this when we walked into your showroom.
Right, yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's a nice little piece. We designed this, about a year and a half ago. So we had our first child a year and a half ago, and we wanted to make something that wasn't just your average kind of crib. It wasn't just a cot, because they're so readily available. So this is something a little bit different. We fell in love with this Moses basket from a company called Mocky. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful thing. And then we designed this, which is your kind of rocking Moses basket. It's a little bit better on a flat surface. But yeah, we're really pleased with how that came out. It's a nice looking thing. And that sat at the end of our bed for the last year, with 1 foot poking out the end of the bed, just to get Leo rocking off the seat.
I love it, absolutely love it.
He loved it.
I'll have one, please. Thank you very much. Just get around that.
But again, this is the nice thing about having the workshop so close. We sell it until we're happy that it's run. We can have the website, we take them to exhibitions. It's amazing how wide and far we can sell these things.
Beautiful. So you sell...
a lot of it's through our website, but we do a little bit through retailers. Maybe not kind of traditional on the high street, literally store by store. It's hard to meet the margins that they demand. As a small maker, it's hard to get there. But with an online store, because they're not worrying about a shop front and because we deliver it out ourselves, their markup is a lot less, and we can actually afford to do things through online sales a lot easier. So like not on the highstreet.com. We sell a lot of stuff through here. But
you've got your own
our
website,
own website as well.
Yeah,
our own
Can you remind our viewers of the website?
It's www.leesinclairfurniture.co.uk.
Beautiful.
But yeah, we try and sell as much as we can online. It's nice though for people to come and feel and touch these things. So we do a lot of exhibitions. So there's one called Craft and Focus, which exhibit down at RHS Wisley and a couple of other RHS places. And they pop up with these great big marquees. And we all kind of have pictures. And you take all these bits down, like I said, this essentially new mums and people like that. But yeah, it's nice to take these things down. Fortunately, we're really good with our customers are very nice to us. And they'll usually let us take one of the bigger pieces, like the cabinets.
Yeah.
If we can take one of those down to a stand, it fills it really nicely and it helps us get across the...
So, would I be correct in thinking that you don't have a price list as such?
Like I said, this one, that one, and stuff at the back there, we make it again and again. When it's the cabinets, there's no way we can put a price online. We can give it a guide, and we can say people, here's something like this might be X, Y, or Z, but not until we get in there with a finished one. Where's it going to go? Are you installing it? Are we going to drill it to a wall? There's no way of knowing until we've been there and measure. And even when we do price it up, we get some things wrong, but you live and learn.
Do you do any off-the-shelf stuff at all?
Little bits and bobs.
Yeah.
So there's simple dining tables that are on our website, which you can just order. And they're just, if a customer was to look at it and say, just as that is, you've got that photo, that's exactly what I want. And we'll try and do that for them. We'll try and honour our prices that we can. Wood prices go up and down, but we try.
The pipeline that you're...
There's always something buzzing around up here.
Something exciting for people to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it in my mind to make a rocking chair. I think it's every furniture designer's dream is to make this beautiful rocking chair that is just going to be absolute to the reality of it. We're fortunate to have just moved house, so we're designing a lot of furniture at the moment, which we can see working in our house, and hopefully as a reasonably young couple, we're fairly contemporary and we can kind of design these things. There's always loads of stuff in my mind. To go with this folding table, I need to design a folding chair, and that is my next thing.
Yeah.
That is almost certainly what I'll bring out next.
Bench or
not everybody has the space for it, but I think a chair works nicely. If you can push it to the side and hang it up and stick it out of the way, so that nobody knows it's there. It means your lounge is your lounge until you need it to be a dining room. You can pull these chairs out.
I mean, we're creating this show, obviously, for furniture, but there sometimes is a crossover between retail and contract. Do you do much contract work? Do you try and talk to your interior designers or your buyers or your specifiers? Is that business that you'd shy away from, or is it something that you're trying to get into, or is it just purely retail that you're kind of focusing on?
I'd say retail is probably the least one that we're worried about. Our most important part are private customers, closely followed by interior designers who will come to us and say, look, this is who I'm working with and this is what I need. There's a chap talking to us at the moment who is doing a massive renovation down in South Lincolnshire, and he wants about 40 or 50 desks doing. So we're getting into the design stage with that at the moment. That for me is really important. If I can get into that market, if I can talk to interior designers more, if I can talk to these guys that are doing the buying for great big office blocks, that's great. We're a small workshop, but we can churn out a lot of stuff if we need to.
Your reputation will precede you.
Yeah.
Always does.
Always does. Whether we want it to or not.
I've just caught my eye on that chair over there.
Right, okay.
Can you drag that out for me and let's have a little
look
at that?
This one?
No, that one.
This one.
Is that a chair?
This is a chair as well, yeah. We'll bring them both
You
up.
are joking.
Yeah. Well, this one, so again, this is a good example of kind of tweaking things to work with different people. This is just a little bar stool. The original design went down as a single leg at the back. He'll order it from us. He suffers with like a muscle wastage disease. So he wanted somewhere in the kitchen so that he could sit and be a part of what's going on in the kitchen. He was worried about the narrow leg at the back, so we just designed it with that extra flair to give it a bit more stability so that he's not worried about falling over. And it's just, everything's editable and changeable and tweakable. Just because you see a design on our website for every different type of person or every different type of kind of interior. But I'm pleased with how it's come out, You're saying about that
gorgeous.
Piece at the back being Shardish, this one's Eiffelish.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's got Eiffel Tower written all over it. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, you could just tell by looking at the quality of the craftsmanship.
Standard, which is putting a kind of split wedge tenon in there. There's just absolutely standard. There's no other way of doing that for us. Putting these hand finished touches, these traditional methods of putting things together, that's what's important to us. So there's that one.
Yeah, supporting British climate. Let's not get into Brexit. Let's leave that one where it is. But I think it's important that people should support. I mean, from what I've known from being in the trade for the time that I have, the UK is Mecca when it comes to design.
Yeah.
There are certain, you can go to certain countries and get certain stuff, but people look to the UK for in the world. And it's half the reason why we're making this show is I believe that a magazine will tell you one thing, but a film will tell you something totally different. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and a video is worth 1,000,000. So that's why we're trying to do this, just so that we can try and educate people into how you do what you do. Let's have a look at that one over there that you're going to bring out a minute ago.
So this is, if you happen to be blessed with a library, this is what you use. Get to the top of your library steps. It's good in a kitchen or a high wardrobe as well. Once you've got your piece down.
Oh my gosh, I want one. I want one.
So again, that's just our take on a bit of a classic design, really.
Flick that over again.
That's always a good one to take to a show. People
Yeah.
say, I'll do that again. So again, this kind of like, the design isn't ours. Well, the shape of it is ours. The idea of it goes back way before we started doing furniture. So you've got little wedge turns in the end there. These little kind of joints that are coming around here. This is all part of the standard of what we do. Excuse the dust.
Don't worry about that.
We're covered in wood dust most of the time.
Yeah, well, I'll be surprised if you weren't. It's gorgeous.
This is the kind of quality. There's no reason to kind of cut these corners. It's important to try and work out a way of keeping it quality every time, even if you're doing 4, 5, 6 at a time, if not 30, 40, 50. So that's where we're going.
Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. That's a similar design to this one over here, isn't it?
Precisely, yeah. So the same, originally way back, man, this must be 15, 20 years ago this was made originally. The first customer that ordered those had a matching dining table, a matching set of carvage that has the same kind of look about it, the same feel, to go in the same house for the same customer who had that certain taste. There's other chairs like this. So this one is, again, that's probably sort of 10 years old, that design. It's made from solid plank of wood at the back, 2 solid planks of wood which are kind of shaped in right on the back there. Easy chair to make. There's a huge amount of kind of hand shaping that goes in to try and get in that shape around the back there. Again, just with those wedged tenor joints.
Yeah.
Again, it's all about that quality, that consistency of quality. We try and keep that every time.
Oh,
it's really important.
An upset there. No, we're still good. We're still good.
That we make. We are very fortunate that most of our work goes away to our customers. So I don't have a huge showroom of bits and bobs. Our website, our little booklet of different things here. This is what we'll take round to customers. The dining tables that we make. Photograph of it somewhere. We've got little kind of stools. And this for us is our little Bible. This is where we come to when we need to show somebody what we do. So we were talking about that chair earlier. This is the ebony one that we made.
Okay.
Really, really fortunate to be asked for that one. Very nice piece. They asked us to create these kind of shelving systems and little set of steps. Loughborough, I think, is where Ladybird books began. Hence, they wanted this kind of Ladybird kind of feel.
Ladybird.
There you go. There's your Ladybird. Try and get that kind of. It's a unique piece. We're near Leicester, so we do a fair amount of local work. Most of our work goes down to London though. But again, this is just beautiful, sort of simple, elegant, crisp and clean lines with a kind of slightly whitened.
I know you say you deliver UK.
Yeah.
But do you also deliver abroad?
Yeah, we've sent a few things out. We've got a good logistics company that we use to send these kind of things. Again, we trust them. We've developed a good relationship with them. A lot of our stuff goes to... and now
What's
and again,
delivery times? Roughly, stab in the dark.
Stab in the dark. We always say 6 to 8 weeks.
Right, okay.
Sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later.
Yeah.
If I've got something like the kind of the little bench here, the little stool or things like that, as I can to get ahead of the game and try and have a little bit of stock, particularly when it comes to Christmas, because everybody sees a pickup then. But yeah, normally 6 to 8 weeks, and most people are totally comfortable with that.
Okay.
We probably started chatting to those guys a year ago about these. And it's taken that long for us to kind of come to the design work with them, to kind of schedule it into the workshop, and to go in there to really brighten them up. And then glass panels on the front. They're avid glass collectors, so
Okay.
this is
I've
their...
noticed something in the corner here.
Go on. The guitar or the guitar stand?
The guitar stand for all the
guitar
musicians
stand,
out
sure,
there.
yeah. Designed initially to be, was bad at making. It's a bit different, you know. So many guitarists and musicians have these little folding black plastic and metal things, which are great and really functional and fold up nicely into your car. But you know, when you're spending potentially what, $1,000, $2,000 on a really amazing guitar, you should have somewhere nice to put it, you know.
No doubt. Is that leather on there as well at the bottom?
Yeah, so you've got a little padded piece underneath there, which should just protect the thing, and then you've got your leather. Put a bit of money on guitars. Understand the need to put it somewhere nicely. But this is just our first design of it as well.
Beautiful. So let's finish up on a message that you got for our viewers, okay? Because as you know, we're trying to produce something here that's going to deliver stories, okay, and tell stories about who you are, what you do, and maybe for the future, and what you maybe other new ideas or other new angles that you're looking to get into.
So our plans at the moment are that we probably want to add another workshop onto the side of the building so that we've got a little bit more space. If I can, having said what I said earlier about handmade, I'd love to have a CNC. If I'm really going to be taken seriously in making contract furniture, I need to increase my rate of work. I've got new designs coming all the time. I'm trying to put together a new range at the moment, which is hopefully going to be sold not on high street and maybe through a couple of other retailers if I can get them into them. It's hard to make those connections, but that's my plan for 43 years, maybe longer. And I should
yourself,
22 and a bit, yeah, 22 and a few more than that.
Beautiful, lovely. Grab that, Lynn. Yeah. Do you want to just step over here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want to say thank you for giving your time for us today. It's appreciated and it's a pleasure to meet you. I hope our viewers have company. I truly believe that professional bespoke furniture is the way forward. But if you really want something to last you a year or two, just jot yourself down to MFI or to IKEA, you know.
Yeah, go for it.
Last point. Again, afternoon to watch our show. It is new. There probably are some glitches there. This is something new for the both of us.
Stretching the Wi-Fi a long way out.
We're stretching the Wi-Fi in passionately in how furniture can be delivered. This is fun, you know. We've got other shows going on. We've got another one tomorrow and another one on Thursday as well. Another one in Lincoln, another one in London, and then hopefully we're going to be rolling out as many as we can over the weeks and months and hopefully years. They can email you. Have you got an email, or they can go to your Facebook?
Head on to Google and look for Lee Sinclair Furniture. You know, it's hard not to find us.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So from the Interiors channel, and for Pluck, thank you, and we'll see you again. All the best.
Cheers.
You stopped. Yeah?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, that was sweet for
Is that
me.
everything that you wanted? Or?
No, you know,
that's good.
Yeah, babe. Do you want to grab that for a second for me?
I think
You're a
it went
legend.
well. I think it
No,
went well.
you're a legend. You know, because it could have come up. Yeah, I don't want us to have bits of paper in our hands reading off stuff. I want people to see that we're tripping over stuff. Do you know what I mean?
It's still going?
Huh? No.
That one.
There you go. Sorted. No, well, we're not exactly swearing. Yeah, you know what? That's brilliant. Because if it was still rolling, you know, and people are like, they don't realise that we're still watching this.
Behind the scenes.
No, yeah, because I've done film before, and it all seems so canned,
Yeah.
and the majority of film is